behind the lock.
I'm here to collect Mr. Hawthorne's rent! Shut that! Please! Before I can open the window! Christ almighty!
Johnny Fletcher busted into a farmhouse and property.
You bring me back that stuff to false.
Well, well, look what we have here.
Please don't kill me.
Gentleman John Fletcher! Damn it!
Johnny Fletcher! Don't make me chase you!
I didn't kill nobody. I didn't murder that family.
That don't break me down to me. Bounty hunter, you're a wanted man. Here.
Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds, and shall find me, unafraid. It matters not how straight the gates, how charged the punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Stand down and no one has to die today.
This only ends one way.
They'll kill you all.
Why not take your chances in a prison cell?
Alright, I'm coming out.
My lord, I have a report.
Speak.
Our latest assassination attempt on Lady Nocturne has failed.
I can see stronger measures are needed. Begin phase 2.
Captured! The notorious Lady Nocturne has been brought in through the valiant efforts of the Void Cobras.
Get on the damn person.
Prisoner, take 5 steps, then stop and turn your right.
But the pirates of Velix Mortis are far from defeated.
My lord, I have a report.
Let's cut to the chase, since we both know that this isn't a social call and you didn't come here to waste time.
Fine. High Command is gambling that the attempt on your life by your so-called friends has made you willing to cooperate. Am I wasting my time now?
What fate will befall the disgraced former pirate?
The Minotaur sends his regards, traitor.
What does your High Command want, and what are they offering in return?
High Command wants many things, but it wants to show a good faith first.
Go.
Strike Team 1, move up. Fire Team 2, covering fire.
Bravo Team 1, push up. Bravo 2, give us support.
What next for now infamous mercenaries, the Void Cobras?
I want every last pirate I used to run with dead. I don't want to be watching over my shoulder every hour of every day.
Now you die!
Will the Void Cobras become targets of Lady Nocturne's former pirate comrades?
Attention, crash override. This is Freighter Ebony Hawk. My ship just lost all power and thrust. We're going down. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
There truly is no honor among thieves. You rabble will turn on each other at the slightest provocation.
Okay, 5, moving past you.
Find out on the next episode of Star Citizen Nocturne.
Jameson, you copy?
Touch me now, I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you.
Jameson, we require immediate emergency extract.
I don't know, man. It looks kind of hot over there.
I've entrusted my life to ants.
Okay, got it working, Sarge.
Alright, Corporal, good work. Follow me! Y'all remember what Sarge said? Stay together, keep comms clear, and heads on the swivel. Clear. Okay, we're gonna secure it, then sweep the entire ship for survivors. Channel, you take point. Doc, you're behind me. Corporal, you're bringing up the rear.
Understood, Sergeant.
Taking flash. god, oh my god!
Get the hell out of here!
Get him off me, get him off me, get him off me! They're getting in my armor! Ah!
I got into collecting bounties when a gang of bandits bushwhacked my wife, my best friend Coyote, and me. Meet the Jones brothers.
To take a look at the situation in which you find yourself.
That's Joshua.
Can have real bad.
What's the Indian word for
Next to him is Rufus the Doofus.
Heck, I don't know. You're just trying to make me look dumb. Alright, I want to
Next
see
to him is
rifles on the
Lyman.
ground.
Remember those faces.
And 6,
You'll see him again.
8 hands praising Jesus.
The other ones, well, ain't no use in introducing. They're all dead.
Run! Obadiah, get the saddlebags!
I got
I later discovered the Jones brothers were all wanted men. I figured I might as well get paid for taking my revenge.
Man, they still want it for justice.
The post is still on the wall?
So I hunted down the ones we didn't kill. Lyman, he sang like a bird. Rufus and Joshua were smuggling contraband down the river. Always to the same spot. I found a nice perch on a bluff above the river where I knew they would eventually be. During the war, I was a sharpshooter. Coyote's Whitworth came in handy. For weeks, I tracked them. Then I killed them.
hear him saying that people need to check it out.
If you like our content, we'd appreciate if you'd like, subscribe, and get notifications. Help us extend our reach by sharing our video content. And if you want to help us beat the algorithm, also leave us a comment on some of our videos.
Oh, snap. We are live. What's up, fam of Liberty and 21st Century Suffragettes? Doing the panty raid in my comments as usual.
Well then,
that's what they call it, man. You look in our comment section and like every show that we do, there'll be like 21st Century Suffragettes raid, and some of them will be like panty raid. And I'm like, okay.
I think that's Super Saint. Super Saint does that. It's a panty raid. We love it. We love it. And we end our show at 7, and you start yours at 7. And so we naturally come over here ever since our friend Spike and R, who's also on our show, introduced me to you guys. So now we're big fans, and I thank you so much for having us. Oh boy, that one's strong.
Stir it a little more. Woo! Won't be having too many of those tonight.
Yeah, one'll do.
My. I mean, I'll have another one, but it won't be quite as strong. I need to make it through the show without being like this.
No, one will do for me. One will do for me. I'm a lightweight. So, what's the haps there, Big Sarge? Thanks for having us on.
Well,
what's on your mind? I'm always loving to hear what's on your mind. You absolutely amaze me. Just sitting there listening to you rant. I'm like, this motherfucker's got this rant and shit down pat.
That he does.
Great messaging.
I just saw that Israel has decided it's going to go ahead and clear out Gaza, and I also saw that India has apparently attacked Pakistan. So,
oh shit!
It's just a matter of time now, I guess.
Sounds like a shit show.
Humanity had a good run. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of mid for most of the later parts, but you know, there were some good moments there for our species. We wiped ourselves off in World War III.
Two nuclear powers.
What could possibly go wrong?
It seems like a disaster already.
What could possibly go wrong?
And meanwhile, our orange messiah is wants to reopen Alcatraz because he watched a movie that was set on Alcatraz over the weekend. So now that's how we're going to do policy. We see movies, so we're like, yeah, let's do that. I mean, I guess you know better that he watched Escape from Alcatraz and not say Jurassic Park.
This whole fucking thing is a reality show, and he's running the cast. You know?
Realistically speaking, though, how did we not see this coming, like at all? Okay, so we have this old idea. That idea being putting prisoners on an island, which is something that Trump loves to do, is put prisoners in places. But on top of that, it is the worst plan for money, and that is Donald Trump's shtick. If it is going to cost more money than it's worth, and it's good, this is a bankruptcy waiting to happen. Just like, his economic plan is basically, fucking in the shitter. Who didn't see this coming though? The guy there's been 3-4 bankruptcies. He's failed at Trump steaks, Trump universities, Trump hotels, Trump
football, airplanes,
Trump football league, Trump airline leagues, which he should have just hired Jeffrey Epstein for that, because that guy apparently had it down pat.
I mean, you'd think with all the time they spent together, they'd do some business plans.
It's like at this point, what hasn't he failed at? He's an abysmal fucking failure at every fucking thing.
It's a special kind of disaster to bankrupt a casino, Susan. Absolutely.
I mean, okay, so in his defense, he hasn't fucked up the Republican Party yet.
Well, wait a minute. He has, though. They're all in his pocket, and they're all compromised. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
That is exactly what he wants.
One thing I know he hasn't failed at is blowing through what we used to call norms in this country. Norms, like showing your tax returns and I don't know.
Not being a 34-time convicted felon.
How about
that?
Sexual rapist.
How about being don't be a sexual predator.
Felon.
How about that?
So I read this thing today that suggests that impeachment is not the way to go with Trump, because with impeachment, as we know, the House needs a majority, which we don't have, and you're not going to get other Republicans to agree to it because that's their guy. Even if they're fucking terrified of him, they won't go against him. And even if they did impeach, they would still need a 2/3 majority in the Senate to convict and to remove him. And they're not going to get that either. So the thing that they suggested is that since they don't need a majority, go with Article 14, Section 3. This drink is a lot stronger than I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm hearing that.
Drunk Civil War history with Big Sarge is going to be fucking lit. It's going to be me.
Ooh, drunk history is one of my favorites. I love it.
I'll be like, the Confederacy was...
I'll be right there along with you, Sarge. We'll get in a stupor together if you want. Let's go. Let's roll.
Cannabis never makes me fall over.
The suggestion was to get Democrats on board in the House with charging him with article violation of the insurrection clause that we instituted in the Civil War. And in order for them to beat that, they have to have a 2/3 majority, which they don't have. So that's the better plan. We just have to get Democrat politicians to go along with it. Have you guys heard about this?
I think we need Republican. I think it's 24 Republicans that we need to impeach Dinky. We call him Dinky on our show. I'm sorry if that confuses anybody, but we call him Dinky for a reason. Okay.
Right. This is not impeachment.
What I'm saying,
impeachment. You don't have
this is something else, Diane.
But my point is that we should, I think, in my opinion, Democrats should drop articles of impeachment for every criminal thing he does on a daily basis. The crypto thing, total scam. Tesla, total scam. Doge is a heist. You know what I mean? Like, Big Balls is going to get everybody run Social Security. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, no. This is not how government is ever run. And these people who say they want small government, all these Republicans, small government, you can drown it in a bathtub. Well, guess what? We have 330 fucking million people in this country. You need a big government to run a big fucking country. You know, when it's not France, it's not Germany, it's not Italy even. You know what I mean? Like this, we have a big country here with a lot of fucking people in it. We need a lot of stuff in place in order to make it run like a well-oiled machine, which I don't think it ever has. I don't think it ever has. But you know, it's come close. And then we get a Republican back in office and they shit the bed and we have to pick up the pieces again, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's
absolute
exactly
mess.
right.
Not going to inspect milk for safety regulations.
Chicken,
falling out,
salmonella. Yeah.
Whatever the hell happened with Newark this weekend, they lost their radios and their radar for an undisclosed amount of time. And
90 seconds.
That is insane. That is an awful lot of.
It's a minute and a half.
People moving at really high speeds for 90 seconds.
But I mean, it's Newark, so.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate
it's still
that place.
A major hub.
Well, the thing is, I heard today is that Starlink wants to take over the FAA.
Yeah.
And so are they trying to break it so they can try to go in and fix it with Starlink, which is just dumb? Or, because Elon keeps wanting to award himself with government contracts. So
there you go.
It seems to me they wanted a catastrophe to happen and be like, see, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So we can go in and fix it and Elon can be in charge of it. Well, fuck Elon. And the reason why, he's been going after all these government places or all these government, I don't know what they're called, agencies, is that they were investigating him. They were investigating Starlink. They were investigating all Tesla and everything. Oh, your self-driving cars really don't work and you're selling a bad product. Oh, you think when they blow up in the middle of the fucking street? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was two steps for Elon. One was, yes, more government contracts, but the big one was insulate himself from the ongoing investigations against him, of which there were like 9 different agencies that are investigating him, some for multiple things that he was doing.
Yeah.
And those were absolutely the first ones he targeted. It had nothing to do with efficiency. It was all about protecting himself. And he paid Trump his dues so he could go in to do this. The same way we have seen a number of companies pay Trump and then have investigations changed. We've had the penalties against companies dropped from very large multi-million-dollar fees to basically pocket change. It is absolute naked corruption that's happening constantly.
Elon said it himself, if he doesn't win the election, I'm going to jail. He said that, being interviewed by Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, I think he said prison for a long, long, long time. He said, if Trump doesn't win, I'm going to prison.
Yeah.
I mean, it can still happen. Just need to wrest the reins of control away from, the orange messiah.
Yeah. No. I totally hear that giant box of handcuffs still. It hasn't gone away for 10 years. It's a big box.
Benny, I think you need to give the people a little background that you are an ex-cop.
I'm a retired sheriff's deputy. I hate to be called a cop.
I'm sorry.
Same.
It's true. We don't call Big Sergeant Cop.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't know that. It's and how long have we been on a show together?
Well, now you know. Surprise.
But you put on your hat and you put on your shades and you start busting balls on our show, and I just love it. I love it. I really, really do.
It kind of keeps the trolls away.
Is this Edmund Doug joining us late?
I think he's got like a little program that's broadcasting the little spinny wheel just so he can fucking.
Come on,
in fact, when the show's over, I'm gonna ask him. I'll be like, "Hey, where can I get one of those?" Just so I can do that. I don't have enough bucket problems as it is with my mic and or my camera being like, "Yeah, we're not gonna work, even though we just worked 5 minutes ago and you haven't done anything else.
Let's go take him a collection, get him off dial-up internet, whatever this is that he's got here.
Oh my god,
this is awful.
Well, while we're waiting, can I show off my T-shirt?
Do it.
Can I? All right.
Please do.
I went into your
Here we go.
Etsy store.
That's my favorite part. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh God, yes.
You're so bad.
And we've lost him.
And it's over.
That's it.
Last time we saw Benny's testicles, and he almost passed out on our show. There's a short of that.
Caught me off guard. That's it's like
It was just total
sneak attack
distraction.
movies. I'm literally just like I'm having a conversation. I'm looking at my screen. I'm making eye contact on the monitor, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What's that movement over there?" And there's this like titties in my face, and I'm like,
I'm so sorry.
and they're like, "Hey, what do you think about that?" And I'm like, "Huh?"
Didn't mean to throw you off your game, Big Sarge. I swear to God, I didn't.
I think her T-shirt said, "I'm kind of a big deal."
I don't even
No. It was the guilty.
Oh, okay, guilty. Yeah, it was our guilty. It was
That's
our
why
merch.
I got up close so you could see that it said guilty.
Like I have very
Good
large
Sarge
monitors,
appreciates the
so
details.
the screen, your images on the screen for me on my end are pretty decent size. So all of a sudden there's this window. It's like, this whole section is just like
Just a whole section, eh, Sarge? It was just a whole couple of sections there, right? That was right in your face.
It's nice
I was like, what's going on over here? And then they like immediately draw attention to me at the exact right moment, and I'm like, huh?
It was I think I asked you a question, and you're like, "I'm sorry, I was so distracted." We all started giggling.
Yeah.
It's actually on a short on 21st Century Suffragettes on our channel on YouTube, so please check it out because it's really funny.
I think you guys have a video of that, like a little clip of it.
We do. It's a short. I don't know if Tony can play it.
My cat, unlike Mikey, wants to be all over the place.
I know. He's fucking with your sound, honey, because your microphone's now not in front of you.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Oh, he's fucking with it.
That's
He's eating
it. Go. What are you doing? I think she's a parrot.
Aw. So cute.
Like a baby.
So
She'll bite my ear any second now.
I kind of wanted to ask you guys what you guys think of this military parade on his birthday, and do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's not going to? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it might be the single most opposed thing from within his own government that he's done so far. That the sheer speed at which details of that leaked, which means someone had to be really pissed off about it to go to the press, and someone else had to be really pissed off to go to the press and confirm it. So for them to have that story, they said the faster they have a story like that, the angrier people on the inside are about it.
But in fairness, look who's the Secretary of Defense. Like, that dude's on his 7th leak.
I don't even know. I've lost count.
It's probably more than that.
14, 15 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nutty what we're going through right now. You got a Secretary of Defense who's totally wasted all the time, just going, the plans are gonna land, and here on that, and they're gonna be there, and then they're gonna be, and whatever. And I'll just send it to my wife, my brother, my lawyer, everybody in the fucking media.
Everyone on this particular Discord server, just
my 7 mistresses, their 7 mistresses.
Gotta get
And
that
so
Discord
on,
up.
and so on.
It's so on.
Yeah,
reminds me of that commercial.
It's kind of astonishing that it happened once, that it's happened like 7 times. Is You know
the
what,
fuckery level is off the chart. Never in all my years.
Effort to be this bad at your job.
Yes, it's fucking embarrassing. It really is. So, do you guys think that the parade will happen? Yes or no?
I think there's a good chance it does.
I think
it's going to be so stupid.
I think there's a good chance that it does, but I think there's also a good chance that it doesn't happen the way that he wants. So, like, if we're envisioning, tanks and howitzers rolling down the street in DC, I don't think that's going to happen because those streets are not made for tanks, and the city has to evaluate. DC already is struggling to make sure that traffic stays on point.
Yeah.
And if you're going to try to roll tanks down Pennsylvania Avenue, the city is going to have a huge problem with that, and they're the ones that get to decide whether or not you can do that. Now, if you want to have bodies of, large bodies of troops movement through there, sure, yeah, you can, march fucking 7 divisions through there, but
6,600 personnel.
And $90 million, $100 million is what it's supposed to cost. And don't forget, during that Christina Welker interview, he goes, I want to show off our tanks and our airplanes and our submarines. And I'm like, how are you going to get a fucking submarine on Pennsylvania Avenue? I'm sorry. Aren't they bigger than, the White House? I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that submarines are fucking massive and they build them in the water for a fucking reason. I don't know. I'm just a civilian. I don't know shit.
It's true. It's bizarre. Plus, fly over with 2 wings of fighter aircraft and all these helicopters. And
I thought there's no flyover zone over DC.
Yeah.
No, it's over certain. It's restricted airspace over certain buildings, like the White House.
Right.
Everything else, though. But you have very tightly controlled air traffic control lanes all around DC. I mean, we just lost a fucking airliner and a Black Hawk helicopter there 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
It's some of the busiest airspace in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Realistically, they shouldn't even have military air traffic through there. They shouldn't even have fucking jets, but they got Ronald Reagan and they got Dulles, so I guess whatever. But I mean, you're gonna try to you're gonna suspend all airline traffic for the day like we did on 9/11 and just be like, okay, the only thing that's flying through is the president's little Thunderbird, Thunderhawks, Silverhawks, whatever.
Which I'm surprised he hasn't painted it fucking thing gold yet.
I'm surprised that the demonstration squadrons like the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels haven't had to have his silhouette with an orange thing at the top painted on every single tail, because that's the kind of rebranding bullshit he loves.
I don't mean to giggle right now,
You're
all
picturing it, right?
It's going to be a news article headline in a week, and I'm going to be like, God damn it, he got that idea from you.
I know. So I don't mean to giggle, but Tony and I have been working on a new shirt, a merch shirt that has all of Dinky's nicknames. And I mean, I have a list of hundreds. I don't even know.
It's quite brilliant.
This is how many are on my list, and it's in 8 points, so you can put them all on one piece of paper. So Tony's crossed them all out, so I can't really read them right now. But just to cross them out is because we were putting a T-shirt together. And by the way, Tony, I think you should. He's straight up and down. I think you should lean him about 10 degrees like this. The way he really stands.
Yeah, you're just hunched forward like a very lost gorilla that someone has shaved and put into a very ill-fitting blue suit.
Wearing high heels and a girdle and
wearing his lifts.
5 pounds of makeup and whatever the fuck that is on his head.
Dead muskrat of some kind.
Muskrat.
Such an embarrassment. It's such an embarrassment.
Gross. He's so gross. He's so fucking gross. He's gross on every fucking level that gross exists in.
Yeah.
He's that gross.
So, Matt and Tim, do you guys follow Malcolm Nance, Black Man Spy?
I do not.
On occasion, I do. Yeah.
You do? I love Malcolm Nance with A Heat of 1,000 Suns, and for people like civilians like us, when it's like E.F. Hutton, when he speaks, I listen, right? Because he knows more about intelligence, and he even wasn't in the Legionnaires in Ukraine at 50, 60 years old. The guy's a fucking epic. So he was talking about the FAFOPAC.org, which is focus, action, focus, objectives. Pat.org, FAFO. So I love it that he's making a play on that. And it's to get everybody together. Like Move On, Hands Off, Indivisible, 5051. And for like people like you guys in 21st century, and who thought the 21st century suffragettes and the Sons of Liberty would hook up? You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm down.
I'm down too. I love it. Woo! You're so
I remember when hook up didn't mean that at all.
I know, but
it made like you pull your trailer up to the outlet and like plug it in.
Pull our resources together and put out information that people know, and that's what we kind of like to do, and we try to dig down and get some stories that people don't really know about so much, kind of like what you were talking about at the beginning of the show. Oh, India's now invading Palestine, what is it? Not Palestine. Pakistan.
They're launching airstrikes. Second round is out now.
That's a fucking nightmare. We got that. We got Ukraine. Is China now gonna invade Taiwan?
Hey, how's everybody enjoying that no wars president?
Yeah,
Son
really.
of a bitch.
I don't think we see a move by China on Taiwan just yet, but they're geared up. They're gearing up for it. They are going to make that move, especially when they see such absolute weakness from our leadership in the face of their aggression and the stupidity of this trade war. And it's just going to encourage them that, look, if they can fuck us on this whole thing, and we just bent over in front of them for it too, because that made a whole lot of sense, then they're going to be really encouraged to be like, you know what, we can cut off their supplies and we can just go take this piece of property we've wanted to take for forever. What are they going to do about it? Nothing. They'll probably go bomb the Philippines by mistake or something.
God, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about, I don't really know a lot about politics in general. I just started doing this because I can't stand Dinky. And and Benny and I hooked up and we started making phone calls and we were like, well, maybe we
didn't
should
hook up. We didn't hook up.
I know, we totally hooked up.
And now Big Sarge is deep in his imagination. And there is no coming back.
Because that first strong is very drink. Very strong.
Yes.
First drink was very strong. So we started having phone calls and we said, we should take this live. Our phone calls should go live right now because we're just bitching up a storm. And we had a lot of good points. Mm-hmm. That's how we started our little show.
We're just two regular housewives in regular America doing regular stuff. And this motherfucker's going to come along and yank the rug out from all of us? I don't fucking think so.
Still looking up at a heck of a mountain, though. As someone else much smarter than me had said that, they kind of came onto the stage here with the election, and then they kind of thought that it was over, that they've won, everything's going to go their way, no one's going to say anything. And I really think that, like, for some of the first protests we were out there, we didn't get a whole lot of opposition. And I think it was because they felt like they'd won, there's nothing you can do about it, so why are we even bothering to counter-protest? And I think the response from people getting out in the street, getting to these protests, whether it's just signs or just showing up with a noisemaker or just being there to yell your heart out, it's affecting them. And I know they're saying that they put a lot of money into the messaging that protesting doesn't work, none of this will affect anything, none of this is going to impact them, but it does. It hurts Trump's ego. It really visibly hurts his ego. And it hurts the ego of a lot of the rest of the people that are with him. They won't turn a blind eye to it. It really pisses them off. And it's one of the most effective things that we can keep doing is being out there and in their face and letting them know how much they're despised. Because at the end of the day, he craves being the center of love and attention so badly that when we deny that to him, we show him that most people hate the things he's doing, it really gets to him.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of spin. You're going to see a lot of messages, especially out of right-wing media and memes, trying to downplay the protests, trying to downplay the impact it's having, try to downplay the numbers any way they can, because they have no abject counter to it. Because this game isn't over yet. We know we've kicked off and they've got the ball first, but you know what? There's a whole lot of football left to be played.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because there was also we just recently went to you can see my sign.
Love it.
And it's Rosie the Riveter choking out Dinky, saying woman's place is in the resistance. And then we've got inmate number. Yes. There you go. And 8647 on the other side. Yeah, we don't fuck around, you know. We're going to go out there and we're going to protest, and the numbers need to be there. There was a study that was done that Malcolm Nance was talking about. He said 76 million people voted for Harris. Studies say that 3.5% of people need to protest and create change. That's 12.5 million protesters we need in the streets on average at every protest in order to create change. It's done it in the past. There's been studies of this. And guess what? We shouldn't have to beg for protesters. They should be already fucking out there. This is nuts. This is fucking bullshit what we are going through. It's a criminal syndicate, a mob boss running our fucking country right now. It's disgusting.
And a danger really to everyone with what they're trying to do to our civil rights.
Everyone?
Be able to grab people off the street, declare someone a terrorist because apparently we're in a secret war with Venezuela and they're using a gang that hates the government is really actually their secret assault troops that have invaded the United States. And if this sounds crazy, it's fucking crazy, but it's also exactly what the Trump DOJ has argued to the federal appellate court, that this is why they need to be able to do this, that this is why they need to be able to use the Alien Enemies Act. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't stand up to the least bit of logical scrutiny, but it is also their argument for making this case.
Yeah, show me where the war is with Venezuela. I really want to know. Where is it?
But he can't because it's a secret war. Wink.
It's a secret war.
We're having a secret war.
It's a secret war.
Yeah.
I
We're not
can't tell
telling you about it.
Hegseth, he knows. He's my guy. He's
Yeah,
gonna be there.
Knows than everybody knows.
Send our troops in the battle, the people who I need to battle. It's literally that stupid.
I know. It's like Robo Bitch Barbie. Oh my God, everything Donald Trump does is excellent. And like, he's so great. And oh my God, I'm Robo Bitch Barbie. And that bitch, I can't stand her. I want to just, seriously.
I think it was BBC that had that basically the since the start of the crackdown on immigrants, because Trump is so angry that his deportation numbers are so far below Biden's, and he's so mad about it. He's been pushing his DHS and everybody to go and get as many as they can, get those numbers up, because the numbers up. They don't care who they're grabbing, just get the numbers up. All he cares about is the numbers, and he's so mad about the leaks that are happening. And they were finding that because they've been trying to figure out who's leaking these things out. And they found that a large number of the quote unquote leaks had happened because of the conservative influencers they've had at these things live tweeting away where they are and what they're doing. That's why people knew that they were coming. The clown show shows up with fireworks going off all over it, and then people are wondering, how did they know we got here? We were so stealthy.
Did you see that interview with Keg's Breath? He was like, I don't know where the leaks are coming from. He's looking left to right, jotting.
Yeah.
You guys, if you know anything about body language, you know the motherfucker's lying. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't steal the panties out of your drawer, Mom. I swear I wasn't wearing them, and I didn't wake up with no.
Look, they help him sing better into the brush. All right, they help him sing better into the brush. We're not here to judge. We're not here to kink shame.
No.
I am a little bit because these Republican guys are so closeted gays. I can't. My gaydar goes off with Mike Johnson. Boom! Immediately, off the fucking charts.
Why does he and his son have this weird annihilation agreement to keep each other from accidentally watching gay porn?
Ooh! And wait a minute. Didn't he have a weirdo son that he adopted when he was like 18? And same with Matt Gaetz, had a fucking weirdo adopted son when they were like 18, 20 years old. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Matt Gaetz had a strange history where they found
his teenage pool boy or something.
Well, no, there was a male prostitute that died of autoerotic asphyxiation in his college dorm room.
Who?
In college? Matt Gaetz.
No.
Yeah, it actually said he knew nothing about it. He wasn't even there.
I bet he also didn't know how Lauren Boebert ran for House of Representatives when she was a sex worker.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I spill some tea on Bobo?
Oh, please do.
Okay. So it's not really spilling tea that you guys don't already know, but I used to do a podcast called HBL Radio Nation, and my podcast partner is cousins with the dude she was jerking off at the fucking Beetlejuice show.
I mean, if you're gonna jerk,
I'm not shitting,
right? I mean,
and that just fell. Yeah, that was a bad idea.
You have like 3 drum sets back there?
I have a drum kit right here. Yeah. I'm a musician. I've got a Rogers drum kit. I play guitar, bass. I also sing. You've never seen me, Big Sarge? Have you ever gone to Diane Russell Live? If you go to Diane Russell Live on
rip out a riff real fast.
I can. Okay. Well, Tony's gonna have to move the sign again while it falls, and I can do that if you give me a second. And well, it could probably get canceled out by my microphone anyway. But okay, well, I'll try it. But yeah, I'm a musician, and if you have to go to Diane Russell Live,
that's our YouTube
to watch
channel.
Me play, Big
Diane
Sarge.
Russell Live plays music on Diane Russell Live.
I swear to God, we're gonna have
badass mofo.
Sons of Liberty band. Just give me a tasty riff real fast. Doesn't have to be anything big. Oh yes.
Music is very healing.
Not every time we tune in, we get a musical performance, but hey, I'll take it.
What a lovely surprise.
We should have more musical guests on.
All right.
Oh, Martha, in case you hadn't seen that there, Martha, in our comments, Lauren Bobart was out on a date with a man other than her husband and was busy jerking him off in the audience because I guess she got bored after she was done blowing her vape into the.
That's my previous podcast cousin. And they're in a big Catholic, what do you call it? Catholic Irish family. He's got so many cousins. There's like 20 cousins, and they're all texting him in, busting that balls. Was that you getting a hand job by Bobo at Beetlejuice? It's like 1 degree of separation, 2 degrees of separation from Bobo's hand job. Oh my God.
This big Irish family. Oh shit.
I can't with these people.
Well, it's that X amount of degrees away from a person thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your tax dollars at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helping provide happy endings to that one particular guy.
Oh my God. Well, at least she'll reach across the aisle.
Oh my God.
Hard work is God's work. Oh my God.
Where would we be if we weren't crazy?
You're not going to move on to that second drink charge.
No, we all got the giggles and we can't stop.
Oh, shit. Everybody got a contact high. That's good. I like that. Contact highs are real.
Drop to your live
YouTube. But yeah, there's
you drop my live what?
Live YouTube live.
Oh, you dropped my live in the chat inside Streamlabs. My YouTube live, Diane Russell, if you want to. My Diane Russell channel. Diane Russell live channel. If you want to see me play music. I know it didn't come, but he's yelling at me and I can barely hear, and it's funny. Because I got my headphones on.
He does that to us too when we're on our show.
All the time.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is in the chat.
There you go.
Thank you, Big Sarge.
Thanks. So yeah, we do our political thing is 21st Century Suffragettes, and the music thing is Diane Russell. So please enjoy both.
I'm just the stoner channel on the bottom of YouTube.
Yeah, we call it the Boy on the bottom of YouTube.
Yeah, the Boy. I mean the Boy. I've been working very hard to stay in the Boy for 17 years. I've been successful at it thus far.
And we at 21st Century just reached over 1,000. So we're like all stoked. Oh my God, we just reached 1,000.
I think we had a little party actually.
We did a little bit. It was kind of fun.
Lovely.
It was kind of fun.
So other than, India raining down hell on Pakistan because of the tourist massacre.
Oh, Jesus.
Here, it wasn't all good news today either. It was the Supreme Court weighing in 6-3 to remove the stay on Trump's ban of transgender individuals serving in the military. And the reason the stay had been in place was because a lower court is still deciding on the legality of it. The Supreme Court, while that's still in place, decided, no, go ahead, just start firing people before we decide whether or not that's legal. So Trump
and doesn't
as he can to get rid of people.
Doesn't Dinky want to fire like all the top 4-star generals across all?
Of course he does.
I mean, he wants to get rid of the ones that aren't white men, and has limited quite a few. Under the guys that because they're not white men, they must not have earned their rank and position.
Oh God!
Therefore,
when we know they had to work,
must not be qualified.
when we know they had to work 20 times harder for it. Let's just all be, yeah. Yeah, I think it is a purge, and I think it's disgusting. Yeah. And
well, you need to get rid of people who might not follow certain orders.
You know, I found a I think it's a Purple Heart. I'm pretty sure it's a Purple Heart in my mom's stuff when I was cleaning out her house. And it was in like a shadow box, right? And it was things pinned. There was like pins and stuff in it. And things were falling out. So I took it apart, and when I turned it over, there was, to my shock, I totally expected a man's name to be on the backside of it. It was a woman's name on the backside of it. And apparently it was from World War I, which I think is very rare. And now that's
extremely rare.
Now that Dinky is purging all these people, you know, I tried to look it up and I couldn't look it up. And now I have it packed in a box and I can't find it right now. But is there a way to like look up medals? Because, you know, I have I think this one's for my uncle. I have something that Dinky does not have. It's for my great uncle who served in Battle of Bulge in World War II. Oh shit!
Dropped it.
Sorry.
Dropped it.
I have it. I'm sorry. I'm holding the outside box and not the inside box.
Down goes Frasier.
I'm sorry. No, I'm totally apologize for that. And I have a bunch of other medals, and I don't know how to look them. I don't know. Is there a way to look this stuff up? If you can find out if it was from my uncle or not.
If you can find out who they are, you can get you can get their service records. You have to petition the government for it. I'm not sure how the process goes.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be up on like public facing sites for everything. They have certain people's, you know, exploits up on public facing stuff. Trump has been getting rid of all the non-white, non-male ones.
Yeah, like I know what they're for.
Do you know what they're for? What they are. Sarge, can you tell what that is? I'll bet you if you get pictures of those to us, we could put them into like the DD-214 blanket fort, and they will probably identify.
Okay.
All of them.
Well, I've been curious because when I cleaned out my mom's house, I started finding all this stuff, and I would love to know more history, especially the one with the woman's name on the back, and it's supposedly from World War I. Because it didn't look like this. It was bigger.
Yeah, if you send me send me pictures of the ones that are not the Purple Heart, because that one's very obvious. And I'll take a look at them and tell you what they are.
Well, and it says like one it says for World War II, and it's got the airplane and the boats and the submarines on it.
That could be.
That's Navy.
I mean, it could be.
It says America World War II on it.
Armed Forces Expeditionary.
Right.
It could be anything.
Yeah, there's so many.
Well, I'm curious, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there who may have found medals in their house and don't know what they're for.
If you know who they're from, that could at least perhaps narrow down the branch and the time of service and everything, make it a little easier to identify.
Yeah, I think it's my great uncle from Battle of the Bulge in World War II. I'm pretty sure.
I know when my father's mother passed away in 2020, that they were cleaning out her stuff, and they found a lot of stuff from her husband who had served in World War II. He was a sailor on the USS Douglas H. Fox. And during the later stage of the war, during the part of the war that Trump doesn't seem to think took place because he thinks World War II ended in May 8th.
Oh, my God.
His ship was actually hit by a kamikaze while on picket duty for U.S. operations around Okinawa. And ended up, he was the only survivor in his gun crew. He lost a leg, completely blown off, and another leg so badly damaged that he'd never have full use of it again. But, you know, Trump doesn't think that counts, so you know, what do I know?
Benny, are you muted? Benny, you're muted.
Those of you wondering, the
oh shit,
Japanese surrender September 2nd, 1945. We were still fighting in that war well past May 8th. Trump. But we found a lot of his old ribbons and medals, and I couldn't tell you what half of them are.
Right. Do you want me to read that tweet?
Read that tweet.
Many of our allies and friends are celebrating May 8th as Victory Day, but we did more than any other country by far in producing a victorious result on World War II. I'm sorry, it was a total run-on sentence.
It was a good impression.
I'm hereby renaming May 8th as Victory Day for World War II and November 11th as Victory Day for World War I. We won both wars. Nobody was close to us in terms of strength and bravery and military brilliance, but we never celebrate anything. That's because we don't have leaders anymore and that don't know how to do so. We are going to start celebrating our victories again. I'm sorry.
So
I have to do it like...
He's effectively taking Veterans Day away from all living veterans. And he also clarified today, or I guess this morning, that he doesn't want it to be a day off anymore either. So it's no longer a holiday as well. So he's basically taking away Veterans Day off the calendar.
He's canceling Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And he keeps yelling about canceling Christmas when he's going to take $30 and make it $2 because, you know, no beautiful little 12-year-old girl needs $30 for Christmas, which I've never, ever heard of any kid getting $30 for Christmas ever.
I mean, apparently the guy who lives in a gold apartment and shits on a gold toilet thought that seemed like the right amount. So.
He couldn't even remember the name of what a stroller is the other day. And there's literally a picture of Melania, pushing
a golden stroller
and gold heels. And like, oh yeah, like every woman pushes a stroller in heels. Like, seriously, oh my God. Like, I couldn't wait to get out my gold Jimmy Choos to like match my gold stroller. Oh my God. Can't stand fucking women. They piss me off.
He has absolutely no idea how most people live. No. He lives in an isolated bubble. He thought that apples were in refrigerators in the grocery store. And this woman, she couldn't afford the apples, I saw. And she had to take 2 of the apples back to the refrigerator. It's just like, the fuck you did.
Groceries.
Groceries. It's an old word. Groceries. People were not even saying it until I said it. Groceries. No one had even heard this word. Have you heard the word? No.
Oh my God.
I got it back. Groceries. And that's what the people are buying.
Do you think he's ever been in a grocery store? Yes or no?
I don't think he's ever been. Never in his life.
Do you think he can drive a car?
No. Because we saw it with the Teslas on the White House lawn. He couldn't figure out how to start it.
It's a computer.
It's a push button, and Musk is like pointing to it for him, and he's still there, unable to figure it out.
It's all computer.
Computer.
I think we have that drop from way back.
Go play in the corner with a circle of paper. We'll call you when the rest of the class is
It's all computer. You remember his first administration when he had the trucks at the White House, and he was like, he's pulling on the fucking horn. He's like, oh my God, he's cosplaying like driving a truck. Oh my God. How about the garbage can?
The dude is meant.
Did we forget about the garbage truck?
No, I haven't.
The garbage truck.
Did you know PBS did a little parody of Trump being a garbage pail guy on their show next to Oscar?
Yeah, a Grouch.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean the Muppets?
Yes,
Grump
the Donald Trump, the Sesame Street.
The character's name was Grump Trump or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had more garbage than everybody else.
And he's like, you want all my garbage.
More garbage. He'd have
so
a little bit more
garbage. He's got it in for PBS.
Yeah. he's got his butt is all fucking, his panties are all twisted in a bunch because the Muppets made a video and they were like, and not only that, he's like, you can be my assistant if you can like sort these sneakers with 2 holes or 3 holes or whatever. And so like what's his name? Elmo came along and he's like, I can do it. And he's doing it while his other 2 are arguing the whole time. And I was like, this is such a great metaphor for what the fuck is going on. And it's a fucking Muppet show.
And of course, all this stems from him being upset that Obama made fun of him at the correspondence dinner in like
that was it
2012.
Did I send you a copy of that, Diane? I don't remember.
What? The correspondence dinner?
That episode.
The Muppets thing? Yes, yes, you did. The Sesame Street thing. Yes, it was great. And his name is Grump. And he had all the trash.
Grump. His name was on everything. Grump.
Yep.
Yes. So it's funny. Somebody reposted, well, actually, it was Dinky who reposted Donald J. Trump. This is from his Twitter. This was so wonderful 9 years ago today. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love my Hispanics. And by the way, in the background with the drawer open is the Sudafed that you cannot buy in the United States. You can only buy it in fucking Europe. Do you know what I'm talking about?
He likes the good
Do you know
shit.
the picture that I'm talking about?
Yes.
This happened.
Yes, I do.
This happened in 2016. This is before he was fucking elected, and he's got illegal Sudafed in his fucking drawer. Oh my god! And the eagle tried to kill him.
You know, I identify with that eagle. That eagle was very relatable.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't like animals.
We're still rooting for the eagle.
I mean, one of the things people forget is one of the very first orders he issued when he came in his first presidency was to get rid of the national database of animal abusers. Like that's probably like one of the most uniquely bipartisan things that people supported. It cost virtually nothing, and it kept people who torture animals from being able to get more animals to torture. And he made sure to get rid of all of its records as quick as he could.
I'm sorry, Matt, but
really weirdly specific thing for him to want to.
This has been my point on our show. He does something like that. It makes me think that he's diddling animals. Okay, so so then early on too in 2016, 2017, they were calling Democrats baby milkshake eaters, and everything that they say is projection. So it makes me think that they are the baby milkshake eaters because they're the ones who I don't know who. I've never heard anybody say this fucking ever out loud. I think these people are baby milkshake eaters, except for Republicans against Democrats, and that all the Democrats are pedophiles. The pedophile ring and Pizzagate and all this fucking bullshit. It's
kind of wild, like the whole pedophile angle that he went and he pardoned all the January 6th people, and the course correction that has happened since then has been wild. Like it started off with just 2 of them being rearrested. Well, one was rearrested for soliciting a child for sex. And one had this massive cache of child porn when he was arrested for his January 6th things, which the Trump administration is currently arguing he can't be prosecuted from because they're trying to say it's fruit of the poisonous tree from the January 6th prosecution, which is ridiculous because that was not why that was there. But the number of these January 6th pardoned defendants who have gotten charged with sex crimes since getting out has just kept going up and up. I think we're up to 11 or 12 now.
Yeah. I've lost count.
It's been 100 days.
Yeah.
And that's one every 10 days has gotten a major sex charge.
And more Jan 6er maggot Republicans are getting rearrested for major child sex crimes. Yeah. We see it on a daily on our social medias.
Regularly.
And they call us like even
It's
even
wild.
MTG. MTG, Three Toes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all pedophiles. All of them, all the Democrats are all pedophiles. Honey,
every accusation is an admission.
Is a confession.
That's just the sex crimes. We've also had the January 6ers who there was the fatal DUI. They got drunk celebrating and went out and killed a family. There was there's been at least 4 shootouts with law enforcement that went badly for them, but nature is healing. And at least one shootout with private citizens that didn't go the J6ers way. So it's like these really weren't great people to begin with. That they didn't get out and go back to their lives and then random bad things happened. It was they got out of jail and they went right back to this shit as fast as they could.
They were angels.
Yeah. Angels.
Can you guys name what movie that's from?
Doug.
Hi, Doug.
It's beauty pageant way. Are we talking about the great American patriots of J6?
Yes. And the highest recidivism rate that I think the world has ever seen.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They're nothing if not consistent.
Well, that's true.
we love consistency. I think one of them was a child artist, and then he was when he got out. One of them was a violent drunk, and he's running for. He said he's going to run for office in Florida now. I have his whole bio. We got a video coming out on that, and he was a drunkard, drunk driving, beat up people. He came right out, continued to do so. Matter of fact, he's the guy, I can't remember his name now, but he called the father of the young man who got stabbed in Texas, called him weak. Right? Yeah. That's the guy who called the father of the dead kid. Yeah. Who said, please stop doing this. Called him weak. So yeah, they're nothing if not consistently abhorrent and disgusting criminals.
And I would say obsessed with genitals. Why are they so obsessed with what they're doing in their fucking bedrooms? I don't get it. Like, I could give 2 shits. I don't care.
That's because you have sex regularly. When you don't, it becomes an obsession.
Well, honey, you gotta move out of your mama's basement before you're gonna get laid. Just saying, if you're still 40 and you're still in your mama's basement, you got issues, bro.
True story.
Maybe you're looking at your mom in the wrong way. How about that?
Ooh, ouch. Ouch.
Right. I'm just saying. I came in to start the party. I just came in. I don't know what was going on before I got here, but I'm here to start.
You're definitely right in the right place. And it's not just the J6ers. Also, we just had a Republican council member from, was it Wisconsin or Missouri? No, not Missouri. I think it might have been Michigan. It's either like Wisconsin or Michigan. He had tried to introduce a bill to declare everybody who was opposed to Trump to be mentally ill. And then we found out a little bit later that he tried to solicit what he thought was a 14-year-old online for sex, and then went to go hook up and found it was actually a police sting. So, so it happens over again. We've run over a dozen different stories of this happening with these absolute ass clowns that
and having fun doing it. Well, and Doug, you missed it. I played the drums for 2 seconds.
She did.
Oh, you did?
She did.
Just my luck.
Set up a jam session.
I also play the bass, as you can see.
I see that. Your bass is a lot cooler looking than mine.
Well, I got stickers on mine, so you know.
Yeah, my other bass has stickers on it. My second one, the third one doesn't. So I have more instruments than I can play because it looks cool.
Ditto.
Ditto.
And yes, Adam, it's weird how it yet again isn't a trans person. just.
Oh yeah, it's you. That's the thing that really amazes me. How they can just keep playing these culture wars, and everybody keeps fucking believing it, and all they're doing is really distracting from the billionaires that are taking fucking money out of your fucking pocket on a daily, by the way. So it really is fucking infuriating to no extent. Oh my God, Tony's bringing out the Gibson. He's bringing out the big guns.
Oh,
it was
what
kind
a
of
beauty.
depressing to see that we've been outsourcing our particular brand of culture wars and crazy over to the UK, and what's been happening there with their recent rulings.
Love it. Yeah. Who do I watch? There's this person. There's a lady.
Person, man, camera, TV.
Yeah. And by the way, with my specific brand of ADD, I couldn't remember that. I gave it to him. You got it, bud. I couldn't remember it. If you said it to me about 5 times, I'd be like, person, lion.
Person, man, woman, camera, TV.
But yeah,
it's
so,
like bad built, butch body, bleach blonde, butch body. Okay, I fucked that one up, but you know what I mean.
That one I can remember. So there's this lady who does dystopia warning. Obviously, if you guys know who that is, like she always starts it with dystopia warning. And she's in the UK, and like for the past 6 months before the election, and then increasingly after the election, like the right wing in the UK is just literally trying their hardest to just follow the bull, follow what Trump is doing. And they're all loving it. Like he's become a cancer to the earth, not just America.
He's a cancer to the whole world.
And you've seen the effect it's had on both the Canadian and Australian elections, where the parties that were trying to move towards the kind of populism that Trump has made,
they ran
his
to
brand
it.
Really tilted the scales the other direction.
Yeah.
I was thrilled to hear. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, well, isn't that how it goes with authoritarianism, right? Like, it's always really, 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 really good and enticing for the people who wanted that, who were feeling that rosy-colored glasses of the old, and who thought that all the people that weren't like them should be dismissed. And then immediately after you actually get it, like how Trump was discarded in 2020, after you actually get it and see how incompetent and how it's not, what you thought it was, it's the reverse. So in Canada and in Australia, I'm 100% sure, I'm 98% sure that they would have gone right wing if it wasn't for the fact that they got the thing before they could elect it. Like, he's the one reason why they didn't go that way, right? Because they ripped off the Band-Aid.
That's the polls work. Correct.
Yep. You reveal the ugly side before they could, and they were saved, because usually they do what America did, and you have to figure out for yourself that it's ugly after you've already voted for it, and it's kind of hard to go back.
Much obliged, Wilbro 61.
I think they saw what was happening here, and they said, "Oh fucking hell no!"
Yeah.
Canada said, "No," because the right wing dude in Canada was supposed to win. I live in Detroit. I'm 45 minutes away from Canada. I know. I hear it, and we have a lot of Canadians in our chat, and they're like, "This guy's supposed to win." Blah blah blah. They're freaking out.
And Australia was the same story.
Dinky shows his cards, and they're like, "Oh hell no!" Australia does the same thing, and I think we're gonna see a reversal of this shit going around the world because of Dinky. I call him Dinky for a reason, Doug. I don't know.
I know. I have 100. I have 100 pictures of the mushroom Thanks to Laura.
We don't kick shame.
We don't kick shame.
Yeah, we do.
We leave that to Stormy Daniels.
Well, and God bless Stormy Daniels and E. Jean Carroll and Letitia James and all these ladies, by the way, who are standing up to him. Because I see a lot of dudes folding and capitulating and being pathetic little cucks. And I just have to, well,
we're noticing.
We notice, ladies. We notice that more women are going up against him than dudes are, and kudos to the ladies.
Kudos to the guys who are doing it too, our suffragettes. But the suffragettes need to speak with other suffragettes when they see other suffragettes talking and shit. They need to step forward and say something instead of not saying nothing.
That's what we call the men who support our show is suffragettes, just so you guys know.
It's clever. I like it.
I had that figured out.
I know, but just for anybody else who didn't know.
One of the telling things of the Trump administration has really shown you who will, both individuals, organizations, institutions that will stand up and which ones are going to fold. Who's going to be willing to hide Anne Frank in their attic, and who would give her up in a heartbeat? And it's been so disappointing on a number of things.
Those law firms.
There's definitely been people who've been, willing to take a stand, and I applaud that. But some of the people that you thought would be willing to do the right thing, who aren't, like the law firms, like you mentioned.
The law firms capitulating. You're a lawyer. You are actually taking an oath to the Constitution to uphold the laws of the Constitution, and you are capitulating to a 34-time convicted felon. What the fuck are you doing? That is not what I call law and order. That's what I call fucking chaos.
And of course, immediately he came back with another wave of extortions for the ones that already bent the knee the first time. Like, you didn't think you were getting off with just paying his ransom, did you? He owns you forever. He's always going to come back to you for free
by
shit.
the short and curlies now. What you
soon
gonna
as
do?
you give in, he will always keep coming back for more.
And you know what I love, Matt, is that I'm finding that I hear that these people are leaving those law firms and going to law firms that will uphold the rule of law and that are going against Dinky and his fucking cronies. And hey, kudos to you. Bravo.
And I believe it was Microsoft dropped one of the big firms that had bent the knee and basically said, if you're going to capitulate to government pressure, then you're not going to stand up for us against the government when we have, to do business or negotiate something. So no, we won't do business with you. So there you go. That was a very, very large, very expensive contract that just flew out the window because they did that. And I imagine they're not alone. Certainly Microsoft's one of the bigger ones.
And guess what? We will support all of you guys who won't capitulate to Dinky. Like Target. Fuck Target. We're gonna go to Costco. I have a Target and a Costco right across the street from each other. Where the fuck do you think I'm gonna go shop from now on? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's also boycotting with our dollars, and
I was gonna say, resistance is more than just in the streets. That is big. I think I heard you guys saying when I could actually see you on the other channel when I was trying to log in about that number, that 16, what was like 16 million or 12 million, however, the number that
12.5 million is, yeah.
So it's more than just that. I say all the time, can you babysit for someone who can go if you can't, right? Can you run phone lines? Are you joining any of these other groups and giving money? One of those things is, are you withholding dollars from companies that aren't doing the right thing? Your resistance can look how it looks in your way, but it's going to require something, not just typing, right? Not just yelling. And part of that is you're not shopping at Costco, right? And if you're not trying to figure out what companies, if you're not pulling back from Walmart, if you're not trying to figure out how to spend your dollars, every single thing you do can be a resistance or a capitulation. So we got to start thinking in those terms in daily life, because that's where we are.
I agree. And we have posted on our Blue Sky 21st Century Suffragettes our businesses that either capitulate to Dinky or ones who are resisting him. So we post that stuff on our Blue Sky. So, go check it out, guys. And join us in the resistance, because you'd be really surprised. Like Nestle, all the chocolate that you have in the world you normally eat on a regular basis is giving money to Dinky. So let's not. I don't know. It's a deep dive.
This aggression will not stand, man.
That's
mostly all the fast food joints too.
McDonald's losing
McDonald's being on the top of the heap.
I love it.
Junior, Arby's, you really have to look. There's extensive lists out there.
Well, there was also a site that they put up with all the businesses that support MAGA on it, and it quickly turned into just a guide on which companies to boycott. They've had to take it down since.
Yeah. All these things that they put up to like tattletale on illegal immigrants, they're all being bombarded by phone calls about Elon Musk.
Absolutely, Wilbro61. Thank you again, sir. Yeah.
I think it's good to know if you have that list up there. I'd love to take a look at it, because the one I have of all the companies that Nestle owns is another part of that research that needs to be done. Like the baby, down to certain baby foods that they have, like Ensure, or I don't know, Ensure's for your older. Then they have like baby foods. I don't think it's Gerber, but Nestle owns formula, baby formula. Nestle has water. Nestle has this and that. So we got to be really careful, and it takes the desire to want to do something, right? The start is going to the 21st Century Suffragettes Blue Sky, getting that list. But that's not the end. It takes you taking that list, breaking it down, takes you deciding where you can, what you can do. What do these companies mean? Where are they? What are the alternatives? And then sharing that as well. So we're all in the fight. There's no such thing as putting your head down. You will not be safe. Safety is a lie. You are only next. So either we fight, join or die.
Yep.
Join or die.
Well, what's that saying? You think that it's difficult to speak about what's going on now? Wait until it's too late and you can't speak about it. You can't say a fucking word. That's when it's really fucking too late. So keep up the fight and keep up the resistance, and I would say keep mocking these motherfuckers, because every time they look stupid. This whole thing with JD Vance getting trolled by China with the eyeliner shit.
Beautiful.
I mean, I love it. I love it. Keep going with that shit. But we need it to come from us, not from China. It would be better if it came from us. Here we go. I just found a list. Since Target dropped DEI, foot traffic crashed and $30 billion evaporated from its stock. I applaud these companies that keep DEI and told Trump to kick rocks. So I will repost, but just to give you a few names here. Alaska Air, American Express, Apple, Ben and Jerry's, Bloomingdale's, Chase, Chili's, Cisco, Costco, Delta Air, Dollar Tree. We got Michaels, Myers, Macy's, Liberty Mutual, Levi Strauss, JCPenney, Honda, Giant Foods, Gap, Patagonia, Sephora, Staples, Total Wine, Trader Joe's, Ulta, United Air, Verizon.
Not Total Wine. Sorry.
So these are all the good people. These are all the good people that said told Trump to kick rocks. These are all the good people, sweetie. These are all the good
Japanese whiskey. Hey, I need you now that I know these are the good. Say that again, please.
All right, hold on. Okay. So it says, okay, I applaud these companies that kept DEI and told Trump to kick rocks. Okay. Alaska Air, American Express, Apple, Ben and Jerry's, Bloomingdale's, Burlington, Chase, Chili's, Cisco, Costco, Delta Air, Dick's Sporting Goods, Dollar Tree, I don't know what DSW, which is a discount shoe warehouse, Gap, Giant Foods, Hilton, Honda, JCPenney, JetBlue, Levi Strauss, Liberty Mutual, Lush Cosmetics, Macy's, Marriott Hotels, Meyer, Michaels, Nike, Nordstrom's, Penzies Spices, Patagonia, Pinterest, Prada Group, P&G, Sally Beauty, Sephora, Southwest Airlines, Sprouts, Staples, TGX, which is Marshall's Home Goods, Total Wine, Trader Joe's, Ulta, United Air, Verizon, Walt Disney, and Wegmans.
I know of a few other companies that I'm not going to name them because they haven't apparently been put on that list, so they may not have said something publicly.
Well, I'm reposting it right now on my 21st Century Suffragettes, so you guys can find it.
On Blue Sky.
Blue Sky?
Blue Sky, sorry.
I'm taking that. I'll do the same thing tonight on our YouTube as well.
So that's what I mean. Banding together, getting the message out.
There you go.
Who to support, who not to support. Use your dollars. And not only that, if you are capable and physically capable, because, I know there's people who are not physically capable to go out there and protest. But if you are, please get out in the streets. I've got 2 signs right here. And I don't care if it's a piece of cardboard with marker on it. I don't give 2 shits. Get out there and walk in the streets.
Balls. Hey, Ice. Hey, Tom. Goggle these fucking balls, you prick.
That's our friend Boston Brian.
Who's doing it? Is that you? Is that you, Sarge?
No, that's Tony doing that. Tony is taking control of your show. And
no, damn it.
I see.
He can
Sarge will gargle his own balls when he needs to. He does not need outside help.
I do not.
Oh, God.
I do recall a company that may or may not have been a company that I worked for at the time when they first moved into Florida. And DeSantis sent them this letter about how they needed to end all of their diversity trainings and they needed to do this whole things. They needed to get rid of their advancement program that helped focus on people who may have come from less affluent backgrounds to find equal footing with execs that went through Ivy League degrees and everything. And the company basically wrote them back this thing. It's like, we're in business all over the world. We don't care what Florida's particularly backwards views of the world are. And you can go pound sand. We're bringing in something like, I forget what it was at the time. It was probably like around 1,500 jobs at the time into the Tallahassee area. And they said, if you want to make this so that we're pulling out of here, that's fine, but you're going to piss off all these people that are not going to have jobs for it. We're either going to do business in your state and you're going to be happy with it, or we're going to leave and we'll be really, really public about why we left. Otherwise, you can go pound sand. And I'm hoping that energy is just carried through to so many other places. Because
who the fuck cares? His dick is like a gherkin.
Well, can confirm. There's only so many of them, and there's so very many of us.
Yes.
And they can't actually police us all down like they think they can. They can make some examples. They can focus on, grabbing a guy off the street and shipping him off to El Salvador, which for some reason Trump thinks is an island because, his geography knowledge has always been so superb, I guess. So,
well, he called Alcatraz a chunk. He didn't even say chunk of land. He just said a chunk or I forget what he said.
He just watched a movie over the weekend on Alcatraz, so now he's an expert.
And literally, he's like, "Oh,
Not like everybody says. Like, dumb. I'm smart.
I'm smart. Mommy said I'm smart.
He literally was like, from the movie Escape from Alcatraz, you just found the clothes and they were all shark bitten. He literally said that in the answer to the question of why he wants the Alcatraz thing. It just baffles me. And by the way, can't Alcatraz only hold like 350 fucking prisoners?
It's something small like that. It's not a high capacity facility.
Yeah, it'd be
I don't know if you guys have a chance to go to it.
Are overcrowded, so
$1 billion.
Yeah. It's also enormously expensive. It doesn't have it never had like fresh water. That always had to be brought out in bulk, which is slow and expensive and a clusterfuck of an operation to go through. It's not a good plan. The place wasn't even originally designed as a prison. It was a Spanish fort to begin with, because it had such a commanding view of the harbor. It made it easy to control that whole area. But it's the same reason that it made a good fortress is the same reason it makes a bad prison, in the terms of it's really hard to get to in terms of getting your supplies out there and stuff. And if you got hundreds of prisoners, you got to feed and make sure they have drinking water, and the guards living quarters. Someone said today that of the roughly 300-400 toilets that are built out there, only 15 are still working, and those
and
are
the place is rusting. When you have a metal building on the ocean, do you know the salt water and the corrosion and the if you guys ever lived next to salt water, it's a fucking nightmare. Okay, so
it all goes into the same theme, though. You're watching a fucking 7-year-old living a movie, right? You're watching someone play G.I. Joe who wants to be Cobra. Like he lived like my young child many times watches things on TV, and he gets up after the kung fu movie and he's like, "Oh, I can do this and that." And I'm like, "No, they don't actually walk on trees. That's called movie magic." And he's like, "Are you sure though? Because I saw it." There we go. Right.
Yes.
And
excellent.
And so my job as a parent is to get him into wrestling. He's doing wrestling now, right? Because he needs to realize that your face is going to be in the mat more than not in order for you to learn how to fight. You actually have to get your arm twisted up a couple times. So let me teach you that. The problem is this guy was stunted when his parents stopped training him. They sent him to boarding school. He comes back. They're like, "Oh God, we don't want to see your face. Let's put him over here. Let's put him over there. Give him some money. Get him out of here." And he still thinks like he's playing a child's game. Alcatraz, That sounds neat. Oh wait, these prisons, we wanna F them up. Don't be too nice. Like not knowing that he's never grown up. The theme is he's playing a I want to be a badass. I'm John Wayne.
Indians.
Fun game.
In India, I'm gonna invade state, and I'm gonna invade Mexico, and I'm gonna invade the Panama Canal, and I'm gonna fuck everything up.
Reportedly, he did ask last week about sending troops into Mexico. For what seems to be unclear. And then I guess he, stroked off for a minute or something and forgot he was asking about
What
it.
am I supposed to do? You won't answer my calls. You changed your number.
Wandered off to have some ketchup and a Coke or something. I don't know. This is the seriousness that our military is being run with now. But we literally came apparently very close to invading Mexico and going to war, and then he fucked off to go do something else in another room or color with his crayons or something.
Last week was the third time. And here's the deal. The first and the second time, we're finding out because we thought for sure that there is no one in the room. Well, we know for sure there's no adults in the room, right?
Yeah.
And so those people who would say, yes, sir, let him go sleep it off and then just not do anything because they know he would never follow up. Now, it's not that there are adults in the room, but everybody's pissed sword fighting in the snow. Like everybody wants to be the leader, and so there's at least this idea that, well, if we're going to invade Mexico, who gets the credit? Not Hegseth. I don't want him to get the credit. Well, we have to do it this way. Well, can we do drone strikes? Well, dang, let's do this. Oh, who leaked it? And so it's still the best thing we have going for us is that they're so incompetent and they're so evil empire, right? They're so stupid. They're so Darth Sidious, right? They're so Star Trek, like not Star Trek, Star Wars. That
wow.
I know. You never heard me say that. I apologize. I will lash myself 12 times. But they're so Star Wars that they're fighting with each other so much. They're killing each other to get to the top, and it's luckily the only thing slowing down the worst impulses, as opposed to the adults in the room trying to stop it. They're actually so gung-ho and they hate each other, and it's all about who's the worst, who can do the meanest, and who can get the credit for it. We're lucky that we still have things like no invasions of certain places, because it's honestly, in my opinion, simply a competition to the worst. It's the competition. Every one of them is in competition with each other. Credit for the most disgusting thing. Who can wear two MAGA hats instead of one? How gently they can caress and tickle the ball sack, right? They're in constant competition with each other to prove that
Jabba appreciates a good ball tickle.
It seems like a dick measuring contest, and who can be the fucking worst, most vile piece of shit ever.
All you have to do is see those cabinet meetings that he has. Like they go around the room about who can suck him off better. Aren't these people supposed to have important jobs? Aren't they supposed to be doing things instead of spending their time sitting in a room telling him how great and brave and
where are the white women
he
at?
is?
No, they are supposed to be doing things, but those aren't really. Those aren't cabinet meetings. It's like whenever he holds those is when things get too bad in the news, and he's incapable of functioning. Like, oh, the Dow is down, all the stock market is down. We lost this, we lost that. This is up. Everything is bad for this 100 days. And as that becomes the news cycle on his 100-day tour, he literally became like frozen. Like, I don't know, somebody who's so terrified, like his ego is so fragile. If it's not constantly rebooted and re-tickled, he'll die. Like, he cannot handle it. And it reached a boiling point where he couldn't handle anymore. So he was like, call in the suckers, call them in, bring the TVs in. Everybody go, I need you. Okay, now you. Oh God.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
That's what that was. Like, that's what that was for, was to ensure that he didn't like die by midnight because he just heard too many bad things about himself and not enough people respecting him.
He is a huge news junkie. He has the TV on. He's flipping through them. He wants to hear all the stories about him. And this, going back to, the fact that the protests, despite all of the ads and memes and stuff they're trying to pump out saying that this stuff doesn't work, it gets to him. It absolutely does, just like you're saying. And then he goes into these weird spirals of needing to be filleted by a group of minions before he can function again. And then he goes back and watches the news and sees people protesting against him and sees Teslas being defaced with giant dicks. And, besides, that's terrorism.
It can't take
it. So,
what the fuck was that?
That Tony doing drops, he's insane. Okay. The devil is a lie. It's a song. So anyway, the whole dick measuring thing. So I come back to this for a reason, because I'm looking at a bunch of white, fragile, piece of shit little titty baby men who can't handle a tiny bit of fucking criticism. Not even a little constructive criticism, just a little bit of criticism, and they fly off the fucking handle. Elon Musk is like audibly heard bawling in the White House because everybody's being mean to him. I'm sorry. Baby, get the fuck out, man. You can't handle it. I mean, these white fragile men who have been coddled their whole life, second generation rich kid, Trump, second generation rich kid, Elon Musk, third generation rich kid, RFK Jr., who's a fucking nut job. You've literally failed up your whole life. Mm-hmm. And now you've got nobody to blame but yourself because you fucked it all up. And it literally, I guess my question is, I don't get why. Well, I do get why. These white men feel so fragile all the time. And I come back to Tucker Carlson's taint and testicle tanning salon, because I can't help myself with the taint and testicle tanning salon. Tucker Carlson, and we need our masculine, our hormones are going down, and you need to tan your fucking dick. And all I have is this picture in my head of the dude standing on top of the mountain, naked, with the white thing in front of his cock, right? So I had this like future dystopian vision of dudes standing naked next to their fucking Cybertrucks and their fucking Teslas. While they're charging their Teslas, they're also standing naked next to the
ball tanning.
Standing there, ball tanning, trying to get their manhood back. I guess I know what it is with white weak men, but and I'm pretty sure it has to do with something like this big. But I feel like
to be consistent. One of them has definitely a microphallus, and the other one has a failed cyborg experiment. So they both have some serious issues going on. And plus they've been like first in line every chance they get to talk about how everyone else has these weak feelings and they can't be coddled, all these snowflakes, whatnot. And then it's like the slightest thing goes wrong.
Because every accusation is a confession.
Oh, it so is.
Every fucking single one.
It definitely is. Came with a motor, Casey. It came with a motor.
Here it is. From the standpoint of your white supremacist man who you have to believe that you're better than every other race, that women aren't as good as you, all women, that something about you is special, and just because you're you. It's very easy for a person who believes that to believe that the reason why they suck is because of something other than their actions and their decisions. Maybe it's the ball tanning. Maybe we just don't have enough testosterone. You know what? Why don't you take this pill? This is gonna do it for you. Like it's the frogs, stupid. It's the frogs. They're turning gay. You're turning gay. We can't hear you. You got silent. You're speaking in the mic, but it's cut off. Diane,
you're.
You muted yourself, Diane.
Diane, you muted yourself.
Did I mute myself?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh shit! Every now and again, I'll touch it.
These people are not only do they need that. In order to believe what you believe, you have to make some sort of a story in your head as to why it is that someone like Obama becomes president, or how could it be that black women are graduating at a very high rate, or whatever it is. Whatever you do, every single thing comes down to someone else's fault. And the
I know what it is.
That is gullible. And before you do it, we had somebody go on and be a MAGA impersonator in TikTok. Just started out liking the worst things, right? Everything that you throw up on. And like within 24 hours, she got 4, I think, or 7. And within 24 hours, she got 7 scammers. Now, I've been on TikTok forever, and I just don't get them. But the minute that they see that you're a right wing or that you're a MAGA, like you're into MAGA, she's just full, because they're not only is it true that they need this, but the scammers know that the reason why you're here is because you're lacking, right? It's because you're in need of someone to sell you something to make your life better, because you suck as a human and you don't know that deep down. You're wondering why, and so you gravitate and latch on to anything that says no, it's not your fault. It's the ball tanning. It's the radiation, right? That's what it is. And they
I have a theory. I have a theory, Doug, and that is it's the evangelicals. Evangelicals, they're so gullible, they'll believe any fucking thing, anything. And I'm not cutting down religion. If you believe, whatever. But I'm talking about the Christians who I'm an atheist and I'm more Christian than these fucking people. Okay.
Right.
So,
right.
And the thing is that you're so gullible. You'll believe anything. You'll believe, Noah that had the ark was 900 years old. You'll believe that, Moses split the fucking Red Sea. There's burning bushes. There's chicks with fucking snakes for hair that you'll turn around and you're turning to sand. And I don't know, the chicks got the dad fucked up, and then they screwed him so they didn't have to fuck the army. I don't know, like whatever. Like I'm an atheist and I don't read this shit because I think it's fucking bullshit. But when you are so indoctrinated into a belief that it's Almighty Jesus and Jesus this and Jesus, well, I'm not a theologist and I don't pretend to be, but I think they're indoctrinated into that cult. Same thing with the women who treat other women like shit and who vote against their own interests and their own daughters' interests in red states, their grandchildren, take a rights away. The robe being stripped away was like fucking the end of the line with me. And I'm sure with a lot of women in our chats, you know, so, and men, because it affects you guys too. So, I guess my point is that if you believe in all this other fucking bullshit, you'll believe in anything Donald Trump will tell you, including they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people who live there. If you fucking believe that, you're fucking in a cult.
And that's why they're willing to believe, no matter how crazy it gets, they believe everything literally that he says. Because if they were to ever question it, if they were to ever have doubt, the whole house of cards comes down.
And they lose their identity.
Yeah.
Because they have put their whole identity into him. And they wear his clothes. They bought all his knickknacks and all his fucking crap and his fucking Bible and his fucking $400 tennis shoes. And no. So don't talk to me while I'm in the middle of a goddamn rant, or I'm going to fucking bitch slap you from here to Toledo. So I'm in Detroit, by the way. So
So Toledo's not that far.
You guys get my point. Okay, so
No. Here's the thing, though. So that is a point that has been discussed, debated, sounds really good, and has something to do with it. I believe is the reason why every religion has had. I mean, religion seems to be the gateway for terrorism. A lot of the times, historically speaking, whether it's Muhammad, whether it's Jesus, whether it's the aliens, or whether it's the cultists, that may be true. And I think that line of thinking suggests that it's because it's the religion that caused them to be open to just believe anything. Whereas I think it's the other way around. Humans have had religions because they needed things they don't know to be explained, right? Since the beginning, since we can have a history of it, we have religions in Africa that believe the ancestors or that worship the earth, and there's religions that all types of stuff, right? And what you bring into it is what you get out of it. There's a book written by a pastor. I was trying to pull it up here, but my computer's too slow and I wanted to talk. But in this book, it talks about how this pastor, who was in seminary, he goes to his old church that his dad used to run, and he realizes that it's full of magic. He talks to the dad, and the dad is like, you don't know, you don't understand. I tried to tell them about what Jesus said. I tried. These were all people we came to our house that we helped support, that we've given money to when they were broke, and that have donated to the church. And they came to me and said, why are you preaching that old woke stuff? We're going to leave if you don't preach that other stuff. Right? And around America for the past 20, 30 years, 40 years after Reagan, right? For the past 40 years, you find that it's not that Jesus or the Noah's Ark or the story of Abraham, or the one of where the daughters go and
Leviticus.
Right. That's not it. That's not it. Because there's millions of other Christians, all black, that believe the same stuff, and know where to draw the line.
Right.
The difference is, for the 48,000th time coming from Joe Sargent's mouth, proximity to whiteness. That's it. That's it. To power. That's it. It's not Jesus. It's not Muhammad. It's not the sirens of the sea. It's not Zeus. It's your proximity to power in the society that you live in. And right now, white Christianity made a deal with the Republican Party 50 years ago that said, we will give up our soul if you make sure we stay in power and our whiteness is conserved and preserved. That's it.
I don't mean to interrupt. Have you watched Dark Money Game? The documentary Dark Money Game?
No.
It's on HBO. You got to watch Dark Money Game, and it's going to back up everything you just said 110%. We do watch parties for stuff like this, and
I'm on it.
Our channel, Dark Money Game, HBO. You got to watch it. It's a 4-hour documentary. It pulls together how soon as Roe hit and civil rights hit, the Republicans were doing everything and pouring money into overturning it. But then they really couldn't do it until Citizens United was overturned, and that was the fucking free for all. And what's the other one? The news thing. Fairness Doctrine. Fairness Doctrine. Citizens Fairness Doctrine fucked us, right?
Yep.
And SCOTUS overturned both of these, and because they got their SCOTUS picks. And about 40, 50 years ago, there was some white KKK asshole who's like, oh, we can't have women and black people in power. We can't have that. We're going to have to change that. So they literally had a 50-year experiment to fucking overturn Roe and everything. In a Dark Money Game, for those of you guys who are in the chat, who watched it with us, thank you so much. But you can also attest that I'm not lying here. It had to do with the Federalist Society stacking the fucking SCOTUS, paying off Republicans. It was all pay for play all over the fucking place. And they used Citizens United as a get out of jail free card. So it's really difficult to watch, but we all watched it on our channel, and well, not all of us, but several of us. And it was really eye-opening, and I'm really glad that we did it. Expose this shit. Fucking let people know that there's actually a documentary out there that can pinpoint bing how the fuck we got where we are right the fuck now. And I know there's a lot of other factors that go into that, like these oligarchs. They're like, oh yeah, when Clintons were in, Clinton was getting his dick sucked in the fucking Oval, and we liked him, and because he was getting his dick sucked, and now we like Dinky because he's got 3 baby mamas, and he's getting pussy all over the place, and he's getting these fucking porn stars. That's all they give a shit about. It's really misogynistic, gross. It's just disgusting.
Power is the key. We call it whiteness because in this country, male Christian whiteness is power. That's just how it was built. It's what society was built on. But the idea is power is the key. When Clinton was getting fellatio in the Oval Office, all of the same Republicans that love Trump now said he needed to be impeached. Right, all of them.
Yep.
It was the worst thing to have. What you would poll the same people you polled today and say,
constitutional crisis he was getting.
What is more important? I remember the polls. What's more important, policy or integrity? All of them, integrity. Well, what's more important, the economy or Christian values? Christian values. I don't care if we go broke. All of them now say, well, it's locker room talk. That stuff doesn't matter. I care more about that. In other words, it's a plethora of realities, a plethora of reasons for sure. But the truth is, what somebody will do to stay in power, to feel powerful, especially over someone else, is there's no end to it. There's no end to it. It ends with NATO coming and bombing you because you have concentration camps and are doing experiments on women who don't love the Führer. That's where it ends. That is where it ends. Power for the sake of power only begets such a thing that will eat itself in the end. And our only goal, our only choice is, do we end it before it gets there, or we wait for the rest of the world to come and bomb us and take it from us? Right? Like, that's just the only realistic place it ends.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Well, I just think we should keep impeaching him. I don't give a fuck for what you are. Even though I don't think it will ever vote, the vote will never go through. I don't care if he's fucking impeached 50, 60, 100 times. What he's doing is criminal. He's committing crime on a daily basis in fucking broad daylight. Now, if we could just agree that he's committing crimes in broad daylight on a fucking daily basis, I think that if you keep impeaching him for each and every single fucking little tiny one of them, that it will have to start sinking through. You can't impeach this guy fucking 100 times and never have it go through.
Well, listen, he lost the last time, if for a plethora of reasons.
Well,
but I'm sure one of them was
Mitch McConnell fucked us.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
Mitch McConnell said, leave it up to the fucking courts when he could have voted and he would have been impeached. And he said, leave it up to the courts. Why? Because Mitch McConnell spent decades packing the Supreme Court. That's what the dummy fucking documentary shows you. But go ahead.
But more to your point is, there's not a silver bullet. The two impeachments that he got help the narrative that he shouldn't be reelected, and he wasn't. After we forgot about it for 4 years, and we've listened to the narrative change to whatever these ridiculously, unbelievably stupid people on TV were telling folks, you forgot that 1 million people died from COVID. You forgot that he was impeached twice and that he failed. You forgot he had to bail out the farmers. You forgot that he ruined our status all over the earth. Like
January 6th, yeah.
Right. And so you're 100% right. When I say it won't end until NATO comes, what I'm saying is either we stop it now or that's what's coming. Like, you can stop it. And part of that is the impeachment process. The other part of that is being in the streets. Another part of that, withholding your dollars. Another part of that, education. Another part of that, stop fucking apologizing for gay and trans people. Shut the fuck up and be normal. Act like it's normal. Stop letting them control the narrative. Be decent and be okay with that. Another part of it, and another part, I could go on and on and on.
I agree.
But every one of them needs to be done. Every one of them needs to be done. And every time we back down, every time we say not this time, or I wonder what they're going to say, we become exactly the thing that they need us to be to win, which is not confident, which is not consistent. J6er peoples are consistent, if nothing else, right?
And belligerent.
And belligerent. You think being a fuck up is a flaw? Well, watch how consistent they are at doing it and see how many times they win. Stop capitulating.
Yeah.
Stop changing your mind. Either you're with us, and either you're for the Constitution and you follow it every time, or you get the hell out and let us vote someone else in who's going to continue to follow it every time. That's all we have to do, and we win this thing. It seems like a lot, but it's not. We're consistent, and we win this. Because for us and them. Anyway,
well,
I'm just ranting. I apologize.
No, I love it. That's the way we roll on our channel, is we rant and rave, and we get it all off our chest, and we talk this shit out, because when
Shut up!
Oh, Tony, enough, please. Can I get a thought out before? I think you're absolutely right, Doug. It's everything. We need to get more Democrats on. We need to get more people in the fucking streets. I'm thank God the fucking law and the courts are fucking kind of holding right now. You know, I worry for the day. I worry for January 14th because I think that if June 14th on his birthday, if this military parade, I'd like to ask you guys, what percentage of the military do you think would follow through with an illegal order? And how many do you think would say fuck you and fuck no, I'm not going to shoot protesters in the street? No fucking way.
Too many.
Any answer?
I would say too many. Any is going to be too many. It's not going to be a majority, but there will be some. Yes.
My actual answer is just that it's too hard for me to actually say. It hurts too much to say.
What about vets? You think vets that are out of the military would be against this, or again, same mixed answer?
I think a significant portion would be against it, but I don't think that a significant portion would do anything about it. It's always going to be a small minority of people that are going to buck the system.
Do you think any of our generals who've been kicked out or anything like this will do anything to do a military coup and try to stop him?
No.
You don't think that'll ever happen?
No.
I doubt it because so far there hasn't been too many that have, the stakes aren't that high yet. And so far there have been precious few that have done anything. And there's a reason for that. These guys are trying to stay apolitical. And that's why we haven't seen a lot of them.
Well, where they've always been. They've always tried to stay apolitical.
Right.
Do you think it'll come down to Dinky shooting people in the streets, protesters in the streets, because we know he wanted to do that the last time? Do you think there was people to stop him the last time? Do you think there'll be anybody to stop him?
I think if it comes to that, that's the point of no return for a lot of people.
Right.
And that's when things, it's like, okay, well, you've taken the gloves off, so.
Is that what you think the military will take their gloves off and be like, fuck no?
No, I think the answer to that is still the same. The point of no return is that means that instead of peaceful marches, we take up arms, and nobody wants that. That's that, right? So, but here's the thing about that. Why I say if he doesn't have to, then he won't. He might get away with this one. You can call it this or a small, whatever it is. But in shooting people in the streets, why do that when you're already sending people to concentration camps and nobody gives a fuck?
Yeah. Camps where people are dying.
Yeah, well, people give a fuck, but yeah.
No, but I mean, the people who are changing it doesn't do anything.
Right, the people who
can change what's happening are either non-existent or whatever it is. It's not stopping. It's not stopping them.
Right. The people actually holding the levers of power. People who are actually there running these facilities. Perfectly content to be a concentration camp guard. They're perfectly happy to have these people interred there, to die there, as we've seen a number of people, especially out of Florida, already dead from these camps.
Paycheck.
You don't need to go and start riots and go and shoot people on the street who are marching if you're getting everything you want already. There's no need for it. And that won't happen. When that happens, it'll be because there was such an uprising and and he's being stopped, and the guards are not doing it. The jail cells are opening, or people are doing all types of things. The boycotts are working, and they're pressuring the government with taking away their funding. Something has to hurt. Something has to hurt, and that will be the resort. As of right now, I know that there's going to be all of his goons can't wait to do something, but luckily for us, every crowd has been too big, and they're cowards. So, you know, they haven't been able to do anything. But I'm not too worried about the military shooting folks or the police shooting folks in these crowds. Number one, because black people are staying home, and number two, because he's still getting what he wants.
Yeah.
That's it.
And thank God they're stupid and incompetent, because if they were smart and if they were not stupid and incompetent, I think we'd be in a way worse position than we are right now. And I really believe that. But you have to be stupid and incompetent to believe and think the way they do, as MAGA or Dinky himself or anybody who supports him. I don't get it. I guess we're critical thinkers and they are not. That's all I can say.
There's a level of narcissism that surpasses intelligence. Even if you're really smart, when you know how it's gone every single way in history, for you to still want to do that again, think that you're the one that's going to get it right this time, you know, you're not a critical thinker. That's where we can leave it. But my daughters are here from I'm not gonna say where they're coming from out of state and from out of town, and I'm about to go give them a hug and chill out with them before bedtime. I'm so glad I finally got to put on. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
For having them. And you guys enjoy. Thank you for allowing me my soapbox for an hour. Thank you.
Would have been 2 hours if you got your computer sorted out.
Yeah, it would have been, right?
Thank you for changing your symbol on your hat to the upside down.
I realized you can't just go out to wrestling practice in something like this. I have to worry about. I want my son to be treated decently. I put this on when I get back home. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Have fun, y'all are awesome, and everybody go check them out, man. 21st Century Suffragettes. I'm going to that Blue Sky, and I'm downloading those lists, and we'll be putting it.
We'll see you later, Doug. Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks, Doug.
We're gonna wrap it up here too. That's a good stopping point. I do have some announcements. My church bulletin announcements. Tuesday, 13 May, the Sons of Liberty guests will be Mike and Jeremy of the VOR podcast live stream. May 20th, I'll have Nathan from Election Truth Alliance. So make sure that you do not miss these shows. Sneak preview, guests that we're trying to finalize. Bernard Taylor, a candidate running for office in Florida's District 21, and New Jersey Senator Andy Kim.
So the Election Alliance thing, I don't know if you guys know, but I watched the Christopher Titus had them on. Chris Titus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
3 hour long breakdown.
Yeah.
And be prepared for a lot of graphs. And no, I'm serious. It was fucking excellent. And if you actually spell it all out, if you watch it out, you gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it. So I'm really glad that you guys are having them on. And thank you so much for inviting us. This is our first invite to someone else's podcast besides our own. So thank you.
I know that excitement. I've been on like 2 or 3 tops. Like nobody has been like, hey, come be on our thing, except like you guys and Jessica Denson had me on there one time, and obviously I had Doug on.
Angry Ginger had us on we've had him on our show, and Boston Brian. Boston Brian's all into the Ukraine and into what's going on over there, and you have to get Boston Brian on your show.
Jed has been on our show. Yeah,
highly recommend
Major
trying to get Major Richard Ojeda, and not only that, but Malcolm Nance. Malcolm Nance is going to be.
Richard's been on a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
He's great.
Yes,
All right. So June 6th, protests in Washington, D.C. and all of our state capitals. We are the bonus army. If you hate my historical stuff, then maybe you don't have any idea what I'm talking about there. So you can go watch the Sons of Liberty video that I did in late January. It was like 20 something, 27, 29. Something.
Wish I knew how to quit you.
Army. Speaking of historical videos, I've decided that 2 of my episodes for the Civil War documentary web series are going to be tracing Harriet Tubman and the black troops of the 2nd South Carolina Infantry on their raid up the Combahee River in South Carolina. And so if you're in the Beaufort area and you have a boat, hit me up, homie. Then the other is we're going to try to find the actual location of the battle/massacre on the Nueces River, which took place in South Texas in August 1862. If you donated to the crowdfunding campaign, I'll be sending out invites to participate in a survey to help me choose another episode. It's going to be a democratic process for that. And then campaign backers will receive an invite to attend either in person or to a live stream of a private episode called Drunk Civil War History with Big Sarge.
Oh my God,
That's
I
a lot
can't
of
wait.
words.
That's great.
That's going to be fun.
So just little notes for us for 21st Century Suffragettes. We're on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we do Sundays, and sometimes Saturdays. I will do a live show playing music. And so on Diane Russell Live. So check that out. And I also want to give a shout out to you guys and your t-shirt. I love this t-shirt, and I want all the 21st Century Suffragettes to go buy it. My God, your dirt nap. Okay, so suffragettes, get out there and buy some merch. Okay, this t-shirt is epic, and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for having us.
The revolution will not be televised.
Thank you, Big